What is up, YouTube? My name is the Snowman, and I am back with some more Feed the Beast Beyond gameplay. Alright, so last episode I I built myself a fancy reactor, and I upgraded my jetpack to be freaking awesome. And then during the break between episodes, I haven't really done too much. I went and collected a bunch of resources just so we could start this episode, but that's pretty much all I did. So this episode, I want to get into refined storage. I am so excited because I am so sick of having chests and having to make more chests. I could probably upgrade them to iron and stuff like that, but I knew I was doing this, so there's no need to do that. So to get into refined storage, the first thing that you need to make, I'm going to pull up the mod page really quick. The first thing you need to make is a controller. So the controller, first of all, refined storage uses a lot of iron because you have to make quartz enriched iron, and that's made by iron and nether quartz. And then it uses a lot of quartz also to make the quartz enriched iron, which you also need nether quartz to make silicon. You can make it, I believe that there's another recipe. You can get it from compressed sand, I guess, in a sag mill, but that way's a lot more complicated. I like just getting nether quartz because there's tons of it in the nether. So yeah, so first thing you need is a controller. That's pretty simple. It's just quartz enriched iron, silicone, a diamond, and then a lot more quartz enriched iron. And then once you've built that, you need to make a solderer. So I've already made these two just so I can kind of get it out of the way because it's a lot of waiting in order to start this. So solderers, sticky pistons, and quartz enriched iron. Ooh, something cool I wanted to share with you guys about sticky pistons. So or just slimes in general. These slime blocks, or slime islands, they used to spawn slimes like all the time. There would always be slimes up there, and I'm not sure why, but I haven't been getting many slimes that spawn up there. But if you go ahead and break these congealed slime blocks, there's blue and green ones, you can get slime balls from those. So a really easy way to get slime balls in case anyone was struggling with that. So then you build a solderer. So sorry, excuse me. In refined storage, you need a controller to start it, and you need to power your controller with any sort of RF. So of course, that's why I built the reactor, because I knew it was RF and it would transfer to RS. It actually uses RS, but they're the exact same, so I'm not sure why they're labeled differently. And then you need all of your blocks in your refined storage system to be touching a controller at some point. So you can have cables coming out of a solderer and going to another piece over here, and that would still count as long as something is touching the controller in your system. So now we've got that all out of the way. I already built the solderer, and I built myself some speed upgrades because this thing takes forever. And what the solderer is used for is to build these processors. Or you build processors, and I believe, yeah, you build machines in them as well. So the solder is something that you need to get started with right away. I'll show you a little bit more how we use it in a second. So then you need the controller, a solderer, and then you need a disk drive and a crafting grid. You can also build a regular grid. This is just so that you can see all of the items that are in this storage system. I build the crafting grid because it's much better. I'll show you that later. And then the disk drive is what holds the disks that holds all your items that are in the storage system. So the disk drive is built with a machine casing. I already showed you that. An advanced processor and a chest in the solderer. So the advanced processor is made with a printed advanced processor, redstone, and printed silicon. Printed silicon, pretty much exactly what the name is. It's silicon in a solderer. And then a printed advanced processor is just going to be a diamond in a solderer. So there's a bunch of different levels of processors in this mod. The highest being the advanced ones that use diamonds, and then gold and iron. So yeah, that's how you make those processors. You need that in order to make the disk drive. Disk drive is pretty simple. So yeah, that's how you make the disk drive, and then the crafting grid is the same concept. You just put a crafting table on top of an advanced processor with a regular grid instead of a machine casing. To make the regular grid, you need a machine casing, And then you need the special construction and destruction cores, along with improved processors, which are just gold. Those are just made with the iron basic processors, and then glowstone for the construction, and nether quartz for the destruction. So it's a bunch of just little changes that you have to make pretty much to the 3 basic processors to make all of these items. Cool. So now that I have got all of that explained, those are the 4, I'm actually going to grab this because I don't need these down here anymore. Those are the 4 basic machines that you're going to need to make, blocks I guess, that you'll need to make to start up refined storage. And then the last thing that you need to make is the actual storage disk. So there's a bunch of different kinds of storage disks. The best one is the 64K, so that'll hold 64,000 items. I believe some items, like machines and stuff, will cost more than just one, but like cobblestone will just cost 1, so I can store 64,000 cobblestone in here if I wanted to. So they're tiered out, so you have the 16K, 4K, and 1K. I usually start by building just one 64K because until I have a quarry set up, that'll be more than plenty to hold all the items that I have. So I have all of the processors and materials made here because it takes forever to make 36 basic processors on all of these, even with the 3 speed upgrades that I had in my solderer. So I went ahead and made it all, and I'm just going to explain it as I'm creating it. So for the storage disk, you can either make a storage housing, which is basically the exact same thing, just without the storage part in there. And then for the storage parts, you build them kind of the same way that the jetpack works. You upgrade it as you go. So you start out by building the 1K storage part. And then this you could turn into the 1K storage disk if you wanted. If you just wanted to be able to hold 1,000 items, that would work perfectly fine. You could just make the storage housing around the 1K storage part. But I want a 64K, so that's not what I meant to do. So I need to make 27 total of these in order to make one 64K storage part. So it's just any glass, quartz enriched iron, silicone, and redstone. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then move all of these up here. And a bunch of glass. How many is that? 23. Need a little more silicone over here. 27. Sweet. Alright, so now that I've got 27 of these, I can just split those up into 3 different groups. 9. Learn how to count. Okay, and then I just have to make the 4K storage part now, so we're just going to move all the way up the line, which needs basic processors, 1K storage part, etc. So I'm just going to go ahead and split those up. I believe it was redstone in the middle. Yes. Then grab 9 4K storage parts and split those up, same as last time. It gets very repetitive. And then put the gold improved processors in there, redstone, iron, and then I've got 3 16K storage parts. Go ahead and throw the advanced processors in there. I've got a 64K storage part. Awesome. So then I just need, I totally forgot the recipe for this. Oh, it's just like that. Okay, so you go ahead and throw the 64K storage part into a storage housing, and I've got the 64K storage disk. Sweet, I'm so sick of chests. Alright, awesome. Now let's set this up. So I don't want this here. I've got my reactor offline. Good. I want to move my flux power tap. There's just all kinds of chaos going on right now. Right here. I can't speak. I'm flying places I don't want to be. Alright, there we go. Got that. There we go. And there we go. And it should... Ooh, it still kept the power. Nice, nice. As long as you don't destroy the entire reactor, it usually keeps the power. Sometimes even if you destroy it and put it back in the same spot, if you leave like one block, it'll still keep all the power. Okay, so now I've got these Ender energy conduits. These are the same conduits that I made when I was upgrading the jetpack. I just made the 3rd and best tier of them, which uses vibrant alloys instead of the energetic or other alloys that I used earlier. But a vibrant alloy is just an energetic alloy and an ender pearl. So I use the rest of my ender pearls to make these 8 cables. Cool. So I want one right here, and then I need to take out this, that there, and that there. Cool. And that should work just fine. Yes. Okay. So then I want to throw controller. Yes, right on the power source. No, I don't want to do that. I want to destroy this first. This is going to be a little chaotic here for a second. Because what I want to do is make sure that my I want to make sure my system always has power in it. And in order to do that, I want it to be hooked up to my vibrant capacitor bank, just to make sure that even if my reactor runs out of fuel, then my system won't turn off and I won't be able to access my items. Because if my reactor runs out of fuel and all my yellorium's in my system and I can't get to it, I'm going to have to mine more yellorium just to get to my stuff. So that'll be super annoying. So I just need to make sure that I always have at least a little bit of power in here. Because the only beef that I really have with refined storage and other sorting systems like this is that it's constantly, you can see, it constantly uses power. And so it's constantly using 4 RS per tick. And then the more stuff that you add onto the system, the more space that it's going to use. And I think I want my solderer right here. So I'll put that down in a second. Okay, so, or the more power that it's going to use, not space. I just messed that up. Okay, so now that once you've got your controller, a disk drive with a disk in it, and then some sort of grid, whether it be crafting or a regular grid, you can just go ahead, and throw everything in there. Sweet, except for I do want that. Nope, not the Stirling generator. I don't know where my alloy smelter ended up. I think most of it's in my basement right now. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Let's go up here. I'm so excited to have this. Cool. So, I want my alloy smelter. That. I'm just going to throw everything in here for now. Just so I'll get everything back in a second. Ooh, I do want an axe, though. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get everything moved into here really quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, I'm back, and I've got it all set up. So I've got my Ender IO stuff over here, my capacitor bank, and my alloy smelter, and then I've got the controller, crafting grid, and disk drive, and the solderer from Refined Storage. So I've got everything I could possibly need up here right now. And then I've only got 4% of this full out of the 64,000 spaces. So that's freaking awesome. And then I can access all my stuff from in here. I can import from Quarry and like export to other machines and stuff. So Refined Storage is a freaking awesome mod. I'm really excited to show you guys more of what I can do with it. So other than that, though, I'm pretty sure that's about time for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. The next episode, what am I going to be doing next episode? Next episode, I'm going to be making the mining dimension and placing my quarry in there. And then we're going to start being real greedy with our resources. I'm super excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. I always appreciate that. My goal is to try and get 5 likes on this video. That's a pretty hefty goal, but I think we can do it. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. I'll be uploading in the next couple days. My Twitter's in the description. Go ahead and follow me there, guys. And until my next video, I will miss you guys. Peace out.